Now for my video calls and streaming, I usually use a mirrorless camera setup that comes in around $1,000. Now that image is great, but it's a lot of gear and cost for video calls or live streaming. Now these little guys come in under $200 and claim to deliver 4K video, AI tracking, and pro audio, and they both fit in the palm of your hand. So the real question is, can a $200 AI webcam actually compete with or even outperform my $1,000 mirrorless setup? Well, let's take a look. Hey there neighbors, I'm Ryan the Tech Guy and welcome back to This Smart House, your destination for the coolest smart gear and automations. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at not just one, but two webcams from Insta360. You know the company that's known for its 360 cameras and now even a drone. But today we're going to be taking a look at the Link 2 and its little brother, the 2C. Both promise pro-level 4K video, smart AI features, and even advanced audio. So the big question is, can the quality and features make me want to switch away from my over-the-top mirrorless setup? Oh, and by the way, all the shots of me in the video are being captured on the Link 2. Yes, I have two of them. Now both these cameras are available for under $200. So let's see what they can actually do. Now both the Link 2 and the Link 2C share the same foundation, a half-inch sensor that delivers sharp 4K video. Now for comparison, the sensor size on a MacBook webcam is actually about 1/4 of an inch. So about 4 times smaller. Now of course this pales in comparison to a full-size sensor for a camera. The one on my M6 Mark II is an APS-C sensor, which is about 11 times bigger. But still, for something this small, a half-inch sensor is pretty awesome. Now that larger sensor makes a big difference when it comes to clarity, dynamic range, and low light performance. You're going to look good whether you're in a brightly lit office or a dim room. In fact, with HDR video in low light, it pulls more details and color where most webcams are going to fall apart. Now HDR also helps balance out the highlights and shadows. The cameras also include what's called phase detection autofocus. So the camera's going to lock onto your face, or if you have an object in front of you, that object. Then it can quickly refocus back to you when the object moves out of the frame. On top of all that, you get AI-powered blur and bokeh along with virtual backgrounds. You can blur your background for privacy, replace it with a custom image, use the built-in presets, or do what I'm doing here and add natural-looking depth of field blur. So I can actually hop over into the software and turn that off, and you can see exactly how messy my office really is. Now video is only one part of a good camera, so audio is another important piece. Each one of these cameras uses a dual microphone array with AI beamforming. This allows it to pick up your voice directionally while canceling background noises. I noticed when I was setting up for this video that when I was using claps to sync, they were being cut out. So here's the audio from my microphone down here. And here it is actually coming from the Link 2. Man, you can see it actually cuts out anything that's not a voice. Now on top of the audio settings, there's also additional smart modes. You've got DeskView mode, which is going to show what's on your desk. This is great on the Link 2 because it'll actually pivot the camera down so you can see what it is and kind of corrects for the weird angle. Then finally, you've got portrait mode, which lets you stream in vertical 19:6 without cropping. Now this is achieved by actually physically turning the camera, but that lets you get the full quality with no cropping. Now the control is just as clever. You can use gestures to start and stop tracking. So now the camera's going to track my movement as I move around. There's also a zoom in and zoom out gesture you can use to control the zoom level of the camera. And then there's also the gesture to activate whiteboard recognition, which of course I don't have any in the frame right now. But if you do have a whiteboard in the frame, it'll search for it, zoom in, and add that whiteboard correction. Now, they have enhanced the gesture recognition from the original Link, so it's got a much higher accuracy and much more reliable now. Plus, both cameras have built-in privacy features. The Link 2 will actually tilt down automatically when you step away or you turn the camera off, while the Link 2 gives you a manual shutter slider on the side. And since both these cameras connect via USB-C, they're plug and play on pretty much every platform. Works great with Zoom, Teams, OBS, Twitch, Google Meet, and even YouTube Live. You will want to install the refreshed Link controller software, which has a new UI and advanced settings. You'll also need to enable the virtual camera if you want to bring over any effects into your conferencing platform. Like right now I'm recording in OBS, and to bring this background effect in, I'm using the virtual camera. Just keep in mind, for full 4K at 60 frames per second, you're going to need USB 3.0 or a USB-C port. The camera still works on USB 2.0, but at a much lower frame rate. Now both of the models come with a magnetic mount that makes it really easy to clip them onto a monitor or a laptop. The flexibility of the mount gives you a ton of customization options. There's even a 1/4-20 threaded insert at the bottom of the mount. Now I say it's magnetic because the camera itself actually connects to the mount with the magnet. This is the case for both the 2C and the Link 2. And that's a pretty secure connection as well, so it won't go flying off for any reason. So if you do want a bit more flexibility, Insta360 also offers an optional mini 2-in-1 tripod. That of course threads in right here at the bottom of the mount. This little accessory gives you a stable base for desk view shots, and it's especially useful if you're using portrait mode, because you can rotate the camera on the tripod instead of trying to balance it on top of your screen. This little tripod is compact and portable and makes these webcams a lot more versatile if you're switching between desk setups. Plus you can use it with any other action camera or phone, if you have the right mount. So side by side, you can really see the difference between these two models. The Link 2 physically pans and tilts to follow you, while the Link 2C relies on digital auto framing. Both of them are going to keep you centered in the frame, but the gimbal motion looks a little bit more natural if you're moving around the room. And you do have the capability of adjusting the follow speed, just like on a regular camera gimbal. I really think the Link 2 is perfect for educators, fitness instructors, or presenters who move around during their sessions. I've even created a preset that lets me use my digital whiteboard, so I can explain a concept while sitting on a video call. It does require some tweaking of the video settings because of how bright it is, but it still works pretty well. Now the Link 2C on the other hand is a lot better for stationary use. Whether you're working from home, in an office meeting, or a student, this is definitely a great improvement over the built-in webcam in most laptops. That half-inch sensor beats pretty much every webcam on the market. It performs great in low light and has pretty great automatic settings for white balance and exposure. And you can go in and tweak it, like I've got my white balance actually locked in at 5400 Kelvin. Now you will notice there's some color grain in low light conditions, but that's pretty much expected. And the audio is far better than your laptop or traditional webcam audio. It's not going to beat a dedicated microphone, but it's sure a lot easier to set up and use. But the choice really comes down to how you plan to use them. If you want movement and versatility, go with the Link 2. If you want simplicity and compact design, go with the 2C. Plus, it's a bit cheaper. And on that note, let's talk about price. The Link 2 comes in at $199, while the 2C comes in at $149. And right now, the Link 2 is only available in black, but there's a white edition coming soon, where you can get the 2C in both black and white. Now, when you think about the fact that my mirrorless setup cost around $1,000, it's kind of shocking how much performance you can get these days for under $200. I mean, if you look at the video side by side, you can tell the difference. But for most folks, if you're sitting on the other side of a Zoom call, they look pretty darn close. And it's especially nice because I have the flexibility of turning off these panel lights and just relying on my monitors for light. So the big question is, am I going to ditch my mirrorless setup for video calls? I actually probably am. Right now, before I get on every one of my calls, I have to turn on the camera, which Home Assistant takes care of that for me, take off the lens cap, skip the date screen on the camera, and turn on my lights. For casual work calls, I'll probably just use the Link 2 and not even bring over my big microphone. I've actually created a little clamp-on mount from some GoPro parts that I can clip to my mirrorless mount. This way I can use the Link 2 for video calls, but I'm still going to swap over to my M6 Mark II for recording videos. But fortunately, that's only a small percentage of the time I actually use that camera. So overall, both cameras give you crisp 4K video, smart AI features, and audio that rivals more expensive gear. And if you're comparing it to something like the Logitech Brio webcam, which is another 4K camera, which I actually have, the quality is a lot better on the Insta360 cameras, and you get a ton more features. Plus, the Link 2C is actually cheaper and smaller. So if you've been thinking about upgrading your webcam setup, the value here is just really too hard to ignore. Now, if you are interested in picking up either of these cameras, please use the links down in the description. Using those links and giving the video a thumbs up really helps show Insta360 that you got value from today's video. I'll also post any sales I find in the pinned comment down below. So which would you choose? The compact 2C or the gimbal-powered Link 2? Let me know if you have any questions on the Link 2 or the 2C. A big thanks goes out to Insta360 for sending these over for me to take a look at. I'm super excited to be working with them. I already use a ton of their gear to make a lot of these videos. I really appreciate you making it this far, and I'll see you on the next video.